Hello, please welcome to my video. Please do not scroll. I need your help at the end. And I know I'm asking for help where there's crisis all around the world. So my video will also include that at the end. So please watch because this is a pitch video about the company I want to start, hopefully next month. So please watch through to the end. Thank you. So yes, this is a company. My first of all, my name is sit on the screen right there. Basically, I have a master's in public health, and I want to achieve something great in this world. So I want to basically change the life of people, change the lives of, help the world move on, and help the world go great. So this is why I'm starting this company. So the company is basically named after my mom. The Monimiz is my mom's nickname because I really love my mom and I would love to name something after her. Then hopefully later on in life name something after my dad too. Although my dad and me have the same name. So that's it. So the name of the company is Monimiz Public Health Company. This is the pitch. So the goals of this company, first of all, is to bring healthcare to the public bring healthcare, public health to the forefront of society. Because especially public health, it's not really funded around the world, especially even in the US. Bring together partners to solve uh, public health problems or healthcare problems, depending on that, and make healthcare accessible and cheap. This is the long run of the company and what I want to do. Third, this is a quote from someone I can't remember, but this quote lives with me. Basically, I don't know. Let me see if I can adjust so you can see it. So let me bring myself down. So this is a quote from the person. Like a wise man once told me that God gives people ideas that will change the world, but only one man will change the world because he is determined to see the idea from God through, no matter the conditions he or she started with or started from. So this quote always goes ahead with me because it gives me determination to start this because I want to change the world. I want to change how the world sees healthcare and how accessibility, how we can make healthcare accessible to different parts of the people, and also make healthcare cheap because healthcare is supposed to be cheap, no matter where you're from. So let's go back. So the first phase of this company is basically healthcare mapping and public health mapping. When I say that, it basically means I want to map the first phase of the company, basically map the whole US and bring show people what are the healthcare crisis around the US. That's one. Two, if you move from one state to another, basically you can type your address, maybe 77 Oak Hill Avenue in North Carolina, if that ever exists. So you can type that place here. You can see basically what are the healthcare problems in your environment. What are the specialists? Because maybe if you're a parent and you have kids, what are the specialists in your environment for your kids to go to? Maybe if they have a healthcare problem, what are the specialists available there? If there's a specialist available in your city, your community. So that's what I want to do. So for example, I think GoodRx, the company, has something like that. I could show you. Basically, for good RX right now, you can go through like this. If you go to their website, something like this. So this shows you a few bits of healthcare deserts. So you can see number of healthcare deserts. They say four. Hospital bed shortage in Phillips County, Montana. Pharmacy storage, healthcare centers, lack of healthcare centers, trauma centers. The healthcare, these are shortages for that. So you can see that's a problem of healthcare deserts right there. So mine will be a combination of everything you see here. Plus, you can also whatever cities they are in, you can maybe whatever city is there, Phillips County or community or town there, you can search your avenue and see what are the healthcare centers around you, what are the pharmacies around you, what are the the type of level of traumas hospitals around you. Say level one, a level two, a level three, and all those. So as I said, we you could Google it. Also, we can also look at for the public health part in mapping too. We can also look at maybe you go to Douglas County, Oregon, or let me see, Douglas County, Oregon. You can see a different aspect of it. Maybe in Douglas counties, we can, for the public health part of the mapping, you could say maybe you want your kids to start school in Douglas County, so you can look at what are the public health crises in Douglas counties. Maybe there's an increase in teenage pregnancy. You can see what the local government is doing to stop that. You can see maybe there's an increase in teenage vaping. You can also see what I want to say is like you can see what the county healthcare professional is doing, what the state is doing about that problem, so we could know as a society what this is. So basically, what I'm trying to say, if you're moving from maybe from LA to Douglas County, and maybe your kid is starting high school, you could know maybe in this high school or in this Douglas County, there's an increase in teenage pregnancy. So you could maybe advise your kid or you see what the government is doing about it, no matter whatever your beliefs are, because that will be good for society. You can do. I want to do it for every part of every county, every city. I want to do it at the city level, at community level, not just a county level, so you can know everything about your county healthcare wise and public health wise. So you could know, so you could plan your healthcare needs or your public health needs when you move to a county, a state, a local government. Say local government because like a local government, what you want. So that's what I want to build. I want to build that so everything is available at the palm of in the palm of your hand as an app or a website. I also want to do it in the sense that for parents with kids with health conditions, we can also map the hospitals within your localities to see what clinical trials for those with pre-existing conditions. Want to see what clinical trials are available in your county for your child, especially if they are in phase 3 or human testing, to see if we can help your child live a long life. So that will also be available what I want to do. what I want to build. Basically, maybe a year or 2 years from now, hopefully by the grace of God, that will be successful. That will be that will come to pass. So that's what I want to do. So that is my mapping. So it will be on a website like it will be a website like this in GoDirects, or it will be maybe Monimiz healthcare problems slash whatever whatever. So you can look up anything you want. I want to basically make healthcare and public health comprehensive for people to look at and see what is happening within their communities or their cities. You can also see, like, if you go down, populations living in pharmacy deserts, and how in the US, how you call a pharmacy desert if you live 15 minutes from a pharmaceutical drugstore or something where you can get your drugs. If you live 15 minutes plus away from it, that is you're living in a pharmacy desert. So you could see that. So you could know if you could type your address and say, I'm looking for if you could type your address and say, okay, if I'm living in a pharmacy desert, if you're moving from one country to another, one state to another, so you could know if you're living in a pharmacy desert, if you're living in a primary provider desert, if you're living even for OBGYNs for women that are pregnant, if there are how many OBGYNs are available within a 30-mile radius for you if you want to give birth. All this I want to put into an app where you could plan your life, because I think as millennials and Gen Z, as we come into even older people, as we come into getting kids, marriages, whatever, you have to plan your life. And I think this will be very good for people, especially in your hands if you're moving jobs, if your job is transferring, your family has to move, so you know if you find a house, you know what's available to you healthcare wise around your community, to show how accessible your house is from a healthcare center, whatever you want to do. So this is what I want to do. So this is my second phase as by mapping everything. It's gonna take a long time, and hopefully what I have in my head when I'm done with this startup will be will be good for the public to participate in. And I just don't want to do it in the US. That's one thing people should know. I just don't want to do it in the US. I want to do it in Europe. I want to do it in Canada. I want to do it in Australia. I want to do it all over the world, because I believe healthcare and public health is necessary all around the world. And having access and knowing what is available to you is there to see all around the world. So even if you're an American, maybe you're moving to Australia, move to somewhere, you could also know what's available to you. Even if you're a foreigner, you're moving to the US, everything you know what's available to you healthcare wise. So that's what I want to build. I'll start with the US because US is there's more data available for that, and working with hospitals, industries, I think it'll be quite easier here because I'm already here and around. Then I can move from one place to another, maybe move to Canada, which is close by, maybe Mexico, maybe wherever. I want to do it that because I believe as humans we need to have information, especially about healthcare, on our palms than googling different places, googling whatever you want to do, just to know what's available to you. But if this is available in your palm of your finger or your phone as an app, then you're good to go. So GoodRx has so many of the population living in the hospital deserts. If you want to browse, you can browse on on this for GoodRx. GoodRx has a very lovely part of it. So what I want to build, they have a small snippet of what's in my head on building. You can see, you could look through it if you like it. Look through it if you like it. And this and what I would say in the mapping is going to be a living. It's going to be a living record again map. That means it will be changing as often as data comes in for us to change the map or change the conditions of the map. It's going to be a living map, so it's not going to be stagnant every year. Because I know in healthcare, what I know from what I did, data comes in maybe 3 months, 6 months, a year, 2 years. So as long as the data keeps coming, it will keep up. I believe it will keep updating because I want the data to be living data where immediate changes occur is updated on the maps, is updated on the systems. So that is the mapping. If you understand what I'm saying, then the next phase for me is this, which is what I would love to. I want to be part of. Maybe 4 to 5 years from now, where I'll bring together a healthcare partner to solve whatever crisis is occurring in different communities, whether it be public or private. Um, Talking to government, talking to specialists, talking to whatever to help help solve whatever public health crisis or healthcare crisis is in certain communities in the US and around the world. That's what I'll do because the data is already available, so we can see the data and we can know how we can solve them. So that's one thing I want to do with this company to bring about the experts, grassroots experts, healthcare specialists, public health specialists, whatever specialty you are, that helps solve that problem. Even if it's engineering, like trying to remove lead pipes in whatever community that's leading to lead poisoning in kids, whatever you are, to bring forth specialists with the governments of whatever country or whatever county it is to solve that crisis. How do we industrialize if you're doing about lead pipes? How do we industrialize it to remove all the lead pipes from this area? What will be the cost amount? How do we do it efficiently and cheaply? All this, even if there's an outbreak of measles in whatsoever county, or outbreak of if there's a new pandemic, how do we solve it strategically? Because if you look at the beginning phase of COVID, it was it was scattered here and there, and we did not know what we were doing. Although it got better at the end, so we could track all those from beginning to end, and we could solve that. We could help minimize the spread, everything. If we, for example, the first people to test it go to a virology lab to see what kind of virus it is for COVID. If I was leading COVID then, whatever virus it is, um, what is the spreading mechanism about the virus, what is the death rate of the virus in humans, how immune is the public to whatever outbreak it is. So all those are crisis in the future. Hopefully that doesn't happen. We don't have another COVID because I can't live through that. But if I live through that, if it occurs again, I want this company to be in forefront of it. And there are other phases that I want to go into later on, which I'll hopefully, by the grace of God, I'll I will relate to the public Because what I want to do is make this available and we can relate to the public later on in life, how the company expands, how we help communities and all those. One phase we'll go into is pharmaceuticals, where we can help create more generic drugs that are cheaper, that will compete with the. That's one phase I want to go to later on in for this company. So I'll compete with all the renowned pharmaceutical companies to bring down drug prices, not just here in the US, but around the world. So those generic drugs is available to the poorest of the poor at a cheaper rate than others. So next phase of this is now, how do you help? The main thing I want to do is like, I want to raise funds for this company. I want to raise over probably over $5 million for this, but I do not want to ask for people, and I do not want the first phase of my company to be venture capital funds because I don't really like them. I think they're predatory in healthcare. So what I want to do is raise funds from YouTube, because basically if you guys all watch my videos or watch the videos of mine, I could raise funds through that. You subscribe, because I think YouTube is easier to fund. It's easier to monetize than TikTok, which monetizes also, even Instagram and whatever, which monetizes also. So I want to monetize it through YouTube and get the funds through that. And whatever funds I generate from YouTube, 10% will go to the the renowned crisis right now happening around the world, from the Congolese crisis. 10% of the funds I generate from this will go to Congo, Palestine, Sudan, even Myanmar, where there's a virtually a war going on which people don't know about. Because I'm a very I'm a global politics nerd on that. So all those crises going on, and whatever crisis come up, at least 10% of our funding will go to that. 10% of the funding of the company will go to that. Then the rest will be used to develop the company into a full scale company. Then whatever we monetize, whenever we start monetizing the app or whatever we use, I pledge on this app and it will be public notice that 10% of our profits of this company, whenever it becomes profitable, will go to helping whatever global crisis occurs during that time. Hopefully, we as humans will learn to live in peace. But whatever crisis going on in that time, 10% of our profits later on in life, when the company becomes profitable, will go into that. So, thank you for listening to me. I appreciate listening to me. Sorry for the rant, because I rant a lot. And thank you so much. I really appreciate you watching to the end. Please subscribe to my YouTube video. If you don't like my voice, please mute it, because most times I don't like my voice also. So I hate listening to my voice. I don't know what that's called on videos, but please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Even follow me on TikTok. You might be getting updates on where I am, the who I'm recruiting for the company, all those to help out. Who I'm recruiting, how the app is going, how creating the app is going, whatever phase of creation it is, how it's going, where whatever permits we need, all those I'll try to document them throughout the stages of this, because I believe this app, if I get the right people, in 2 years or so, it'll become public. So follow me, subscribe. I like one thing I like is basically I like reacting to videos. So whatever video you want me to react to at the end, please put it in the comments. I'll look at those and I'll react to those because that's what I want to do. I want to change the world. I want public health and healthcare being to be in the palm of your hand, so you have accessibility to everything you need, information wise you need through the app. So thank you. I really appreciate it, and hopefully healthcare will become accessible and cheap in my lifetime. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. And bye.